I've invited you into the studio here at the Council of Europe in Strasbourg because I wanted to first congratulate you to being the first woman, the first politician actually, from Greenland to participate at a European level. How do you feel being here? Is it strange to you?
Maybe a little bit strange, but I think it's also very much an honor to be here and representing Greenland, but also representing Denmark. It's very interesting for me, and it's my first time here. So for the time now, I'm just listening to all the different debates, wondering where I should focus my attention on in the future.
What's your background?
I used to work for United Nations at New York at the headquarters with indigenous people's rights, and then I was a spokesperson for children in Greenland. I've been working with social affairs for many years. I was the chairperson for the Human Rights Council in Greenland, so that's mainly my background.
Do the children in Greenland need a spokesperson?
They very much need a spokesperson. I was the first one, and it was an honor for me to establish the institution, the Children's Rights Institution. But it's a difficult task, and it's going to take a lot of years to change the situation in Greenland, because we have quite a lot of problems for children.
The Council of Europe is very much dealing with the rights of minorities. Do you feel yourself being that kind of a minority which needs help?
Yes, I think we need help, or we need special attention at least. I think when we talk about sealskin, I think it's very important to underline the importance of the Inuit exception. And we've been struggling together with Denmark and with other countries to make sure that the Inuit exception, that it will still be in place. And there will be an information campaign about Inuit hunting in Greenland, for example. Because I think there's been a lot of misunderstandings when we talk about sealskins.
Probably because of the fight, in my opinion, natural fight against the killing of baby seals in Canada. Exactly. That's what has had influence on the ban on your sealskins.
Exactly.
Don't you agree? Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's why.
But is a Greenland population, the Inuits, still depending on seals?
I think it's important for the identity and for the culture in Greenland to be able to hunt traditionally, which we have been doing. We don't hunt baby seals, but we hunt seals, and we eat the entire seal. We use the entire seal. So I think for the identity, for the culture, but also I think when we look at a much more modern way of living, and still being able to incorporate the traditional way of living, because we have quite a lot of hunters and fishermen. So I think it's a very important business to protect.
Do you have to fight at two fronts, the Danish and the European?
With the sealskin, or in general? I don't think there's a clash between the two, because I think Denmark has been very good at supporting Greenland in this battle.
But also when it comes to the climate, the very, very vulnerable environment of Greenland, how do you foresee the future's impact on that kind of environment?
We see the consequences already now from the climate change. It's very visible for us in Greenland. We see that the ice in the middle of Greenland has melted quite a lot. And it looks like the temperature is going to rise. We can see the weather is much more warmer than it used to be. The winters are much more harder than they used to be. So we see it very visibly in Greenland already now. I think what is important to underline is that when we look at the climate change and the consequences for Greenland, we need to adapt to a new reality. And I think both some businesses will be vulnerable, and we need to make sure that we keep businesses, or we at least change the focus of the business to a different area. And I think we will see new businesses. For example, with extractive industries, there will be new opportunities with the climate change. So we have to still be able to protect the environment, do what we can in order to not let the climate change have too much an effect or consequences for Greenland. So I think as an advocate for climate change, we see the consequences ourselves. So I think it's important for Greenland to also be supporting the fight for the climate.
But also you have a lot of minerals in your underground, and you of course want to have as high living standard as rest of European people. Do you foresee that it would be impossible to hold up the digging for uranium, for whatever you have?
Uranium is one of the areas where we're much more concerned about sustainable development, and I think it's very our party, Inuit Aqaqatigiit, we say no to uranium very clearly, because we don't want to have uranium, to extract uranium in Greenland. I think it's important to look at it as non-renewable resources. So I think it's very important that we think about the future, and we think about it in a much longer term than just in a short term, and just capitalize on the resources, and then there won't be any resources left. Also, if you look at oil, for example, I think it's very important to protect the environment in Greenland. So I think it's important to have the development of industries in Greenland on our own premises, or our own, on our own terms. I think that's very important for Greenland. So we want to develop businesses, but at the same time, it's very important for us to look at sustainable development.
Final question. How do you feel yourself here, being a Dane or coming from Greenland?
I would have to say that in my heart I feel mostly like a Greenlander. I think we have a close relationship to Denmark, and I also feel like a person who's representing Denmark, but it's quite new for me because I've only been at the parliament in Denmark for 100 days, so it's quite new, and I've been living most of my life in Greenland, so it's a new feeling. But I'm representing both Greenland and Denmark.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.